Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RBCS Fight Night on the ZuggyJ YouTube channel. RBCS has been so much fun so far. We've produced a lot of content. There's social media on the community page. There's videos coming out. And if you watched our last video, one of those bots that fought in that one is going to be out there today fighting against one of the tournament favorites. So for those of you watching for your first time, you might be wondering at home, what is RBCS? And RBCS, it's the Roblox Battlebot Championship Series, founded in 2020 by yours truly. And it is one of the hardest leagues to win and considered one of the most prestigious ones to win because I think we had 32 submissions into the draft this year, and only 18 of those people got drafted, and it's only 24 people in the tournament. So overall, it is hard to get in, and these fights are also extremely difficult. So if we look now at our bots for today, we'll take a look at our our players, excuse me. The player profile brought to you by the Plain Crazy BattleBots community. If you want to meet people in the community and compete in cool competitions, join the PCBC. And here are our players today. It is Black Ghost taking on Technico. So you take a look at that record, you say, okay, these guys have probably been competing for a very similar amount of time. They've played a similar amount of games, but no. Black Ghost, this is his first year in playing crazy BattleBots. And as for Technico, he is a 3-year veteran and one of the top guys in the community, someone who's helped out across so many different leagues, and just a really good guy to be around. And for both of them, this is their first RBCS. Technico submitted for last year. He was not drafted. But as of late, they're starting to find some success across both of these guys. I shouldn't say as of late for Black Ghost because he's come out as a rookie. First year playing, he won the RBCS tryout. The first one, he just got second in MBIT, and he has been doing really, really good things in the early stages of his career. And you look at Technico, he just made the MBIT final bracket, and his bot, which we'll get into in a minute, is finally starting to do what he wants it to do in the arena. As we take a look now at the bot profile, which is brought to you by the Plain Crazy Tech Challenge. If you want to design cool robots like these to complete challenges and test your abilities, join PCTC. It's going to be Kraton versus White Spike today. Kraton is the number 3 overall pick in this year's draft, one of the top seeds, one of the favorites, and that's because if you just look at that bot, it looks intimidating, and it's just overall an outstanding piece of robotics. It's a very, really wide drum. It's an asymmetrical drum, and it's 10-1 in RBCS competition. That is unofficial, though, because it was in the first RBCS tryout tournament, but 10-1. Look at that. That is an outstanding record, only losing one game, and that's not losing a series. That's just losing one game in a series. On the other side, it's White Spike, 8-7. It's an egg beater, 4th version of the bot for Technico. If you saw the early days of this bot, you'd say that thing did not look like it had a lot of potential. It looked like it was one of those bracket fillers you might see as one of the lower seeds. This year, it goes in the second round of the RBCS draft, goes to the BetterBots Bureau, and this thing has been souped up to the 9s. This is going to be a really exciting one here today. As we step inside of the RBCS arena, we are ready to get things underway. Today, our referee is going to be none other than the one and only Sizzle. So, Sizzle, take it away.
Hi, hello. Are y'all ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are underway in the first ever RBCS Fight Night. And this fight is going to be a lot of fun, but it may also be a laggy mess. We'll see with the live stream. What I'm looking forward to in this one is a lot of damage, as these guys are really, really capable of doing outstanding things inside of the arena. Both of them are big damage dealers ever since the upgrades to White Spike. But Kraton is on its side, and we'll see if it's able to get back down on the arena floor as it's able to. And this fight has been very, very laggy so far. So I'll see what I can do in between rounds to try to fix the quality of the stream. But 30 seconds into the fight here, and Kraton is struggling to self-right. One of those self-riders appears to have been snapped off by Technico. We'll see if this ends up being counted as controlled movement, but I believe it should be. As the commissioner of this league, I do have some say in that as well. But yeah, so far, we're off to a hot start. I'm liking what Technico's been doing, but now an opportunity for Kraton to get in there and get after those self-riders and some of those wheels on the backside of the bot. Clips into him, and there's some damage done. And now Kraton on its back, not able to self-right. We'll see if the referee steps in here.
9, 8, 7. Okay, he's back over.
All right. Fight will continue. Once again, that is Sizzle. He is the team captain of Sizzling Robotics, but today he is stepping in to be a judge for us in this fight, and I really appreciate him taking his time to do that. As we near now the halfway point of the fight, and oh, huge damage! There goes one of the wheel guards off of Kraton. Technico showing off what his bot can do in the arena. There goes the weapon! Oh my, what big damage! White Spike is shredding Kraton. I can't believe what I am seeing. If you remember, Technico said in his interview, I don't think I'm the favorite in this fight, but people are going to be really surprised by what I can do. And here comes the countdown from Sizzle. I don't think Kraton's going to be able to get out of this one. He is struggling, and he despawns. That is a TKO. Wow, what an upset in Game 1. Technico putting on a masterclass in the arena. And now we'll take a quick intermission as we will try to get set up here for game number 2. And when we come back, we'll have a few ads for you guys. And now Technico has a chance to steal the series. What an upset that would be. All right, well, the intermission is essentially done. Both of the bots are ready for game 2. But before we can do that, we have to move into the group standings, which are presented to you by All the Buses, a new tutorial series that teaches you how to build anything involving buses, from fronts and rears to wheels and doors. Name a part, and a tutorial will appear. As we take a look at the Group A standings, Cherno 4-0. The first overall pick in this year's draft, and honestly, it was just so impressive to see what that bot can do in the arena. He's gone from vertical to just being a horizontal, And I think Flaming Hot Grebe also did a really solid job taking care of Shredding Zone. Unfortunately, Shredding Zone is out of RBCS, but I think he put up a great fight. It was his RBCS debut. But Flaming Hot Grebe and Cherno are going to be moving on to the final bracket of RBCS. We'll take a look at Group C. Of course, we skipped B. Well, because nothing's happened in Group B yet. These were the standings coming into today. We had Skibbity Slicer and White Spike going at it. That fight went to Game 3. Both sides, splitting it 1-1. Who's going to win Game 3? White Spike comes out on top and a JD in Game 3. So he has 1 point in the standings. Skibbity Slicer -1. And that's why today's fight is so important, because if White Spike wins today in any way, shape, or form, he clinches Group C, or at least an opportunity to go to the final bracket, which is all you need. Who cares who wins the group stage? The final bracket is what really matters. And the Group E standings. Gravestone and Princess went at it. Starver, widely considered the Unk of RBCS. Unfortunately, I don't know if Unk still has it. He got swept by Gravestone. Put up a good fight. His new bot's pretty solid, but Gravestone looking like potentially a bot that could come out of nowhere in RBCS. As a third-round pick, you don't expect him to go out there and win the tournament, but he looked very impressive. If he cleans up that driving, he could be a contender this year. But Sizzle, who's a referee today, he's also in that group. Never count him out. I expect him to go on a run here in Group E. And our final group that we'll look at today is Group E. Providence taking on Mayday. It was a sweep. Mayday had some durability issues and maybe some drive issues. We'll see if he can clean those up moving forward. But Conman taking the W in Group G. We're ready here for game number 2. And Sizzle, take it away.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are away here in game number 2. Once again, we may be having some lag issues with the stream. I've tried to optimize things on my computer for game number 2 here. But early in the fight, Technico taking it to Kraton. Got a shot on the underbelly. But you can see the driving here from Black Ghost starting to get Technico into a corner. But, that's the really big thing, I think, for both of these guys, is who's going to be the better driver. Technico has the experience. Black Ghost has the skill that he's brought from other Roblox games. And Black Ghost, on paper, has the better BattleBot in Kraton. So, okay, here you go. Here's a pin. Here's an opportunity to do some damage. Technico lucky to escape that one. He got flung into the wall, bounces back to the center of the arena. Lucky to escape there, because that could have been a big opportunity for Kraton to pin him and get some damage. As they both go skyward, and Technico back on his wheels. Opportunity for Kraton to get in there, but now they'll just bounce off each other, weapon to weapon. And that's something I think I saw a lot from Technico in his first fight this season is, it's his first time on computer, so he's learning a lot of new things, but he did like to go bump and grind style of driving. He doesn't like that separation, likes to keep his weapon on top of others, and I think that shows a lot of faith in his weapon as there's some big damage done. Kraton bringing the hammer down on White Spike here, and I think he got a wheel. Yes, he did. Goes in, might have got another on that hit, and things are starting to go the way of Black Ghost in this one, as his bot is doing work in the arena. But it is a 4-wheel egg beater for a reason. Those 2 wheels on the back should be able to keep Technico in the fight for now, as he gets a shot on the underbelly of Kraton. And we are nearing 1 minute left in the fight. Uh-oh.
10, 9,
Counting him down.
7.
I don't know if Kraton's going to be able to get out of this. This could be a huge upset if he can't get himself back on his wheels.
2,
Oh, boy. Oh, it's all over. Technico takes the game. He takes the series. 2-0 sweep over the tournament favorite. I cannot believe what we just saw in this series. Technico with the upset of the year. Way to go, Technico. That was so impressive. And he's going to take the series in 2 points in the standings. And he has clinched the final bracket of RBCS. And now Kraton is going to have a tough matchup against Skibbity Slicer to try to make it into the final bracket. That one may come down to the wire as well. So now we'll head back to our intermission. We'll have a post-game show for everybody. This was more than I could have asked for. I appreciate everyone who helped out. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the team standings. And we'll also take a look at some more advertisements, because that's what everybody loves. We love ads. We'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, the score may still be on the screen because it's not supposed to be there, but I will say, Technico, what a performance here today. And that his performances so far are making a huge impact in the team standings. We take a look now at the team standings, which are brought to you by Zug Shaker Central, the official Discord server of RBCS, and that's where we organize all of our fights. But on top of that, we play games, we host events, and it is just an overall great time. But looking now at the team standings, Zelia, that fight is going to go up on YouTube later today, so I can't spoil the results on that one. But we look now, Kraton and Mayday have both fought for Sizzling Robotics, neither one putting any points on the board. And Profane Guardians, they're going to have Dawnbreak going later. They've had Providence and Cherno both go. They're undefeated so far. We'll see what Dawnbreak does in that video later today. It'll be on YouTube here soon enough. Daywatcher Enterprises had Shredding Zone, winning nothing in its group. It's out of the tournament, so that's one bot off the board, but it's the second to last pick in the draft. You can't blame Vortex on that one. And then looking at Fat Labs, nobody on that team has gone other than Princess and Starver. Coming into this, I didn't like that pick in the second round for that team. I don't know if that's going to really be what they're looking for, but we'll see what Weenie cooks up here. You know, Josh hasn't gone. His first-round pick, Coughing Baby, and AMR 22, they haven't fought yet. The Roundtable clan has only had Skibbity Slicer and Flaming Hot Grebe go so far. Skibbity Slicer getting a point for the team, and Flaming Hot Grebe got 4 points for the team in that 2-0 sweep over Shredding Zone. But Technico, that's the man of the hour. Look at White Spike and Gravestone putting up lots of points. And right now, that team is doing extremely well in the team standings with 12 points. Of course, I'll have to go back after the stream and make sure that everything's accurate. But take a look at White Spike, man. That bot was beaten. It was battered. I'm going to take the camera out of its normal location here. No wheels on the front. Weapon starting to take damage. The wheel guard starting to go. And it just gets those perfect hits on the backside of Kraton to take out those self-riders. Gets it stuck on its back 2 fights in a row. And pulls off the improbable sweep. Well, I think that's almost everything I have for you guys. I appreciate everybody who tuned into today's stream. But I'm going to leave you guys with an ad, and then we're going to end the stream. Thank you for tuning in to RBCS Fight Night on the ZuggyJ YouTube channel.